If you want to hide an app on a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, then we can do this with the help of private space. Unfortunately, there is no dedicated feature, option, or anything that would allow us to just simply hide an app and that's it. Therefore, this is why we can use private space, because it is like an alternative. Of course, private space can be used for more than that, but in this case, we're gonna use it just to hide an app. So over here at the top where we have the search bar, we can look for private space. We can tap over here in order to set it up. Let's tap on setup in the bottom right corner, and then you should be able to also sign into a Google account. Even though you are probably already signed into your Google account, you can do this again. This is because the private space has separated Play Store. I mean, it's still the same, but whatever you install in the private space is completely separated. I'm gonna explain that just in a second. So first, we're gonna sign into the Google account that we wish to use in the private space. Now we need to choose if we will be using this device, so we're gonna tap on next, and we need to agree to Google Terms of Service. And after that, we can choose the password that we wish to use for the private space. Now, in my case, I just care about hiding apps, so I don't care really about the password itself, so I can choose to use the screen lock password. But if you want to, you can create a new separate password for the private space. And this also includes a separate fingerprint sensor, and even separate face recognition. So if you care about this stuff, then of course you can use them. And over here we are all set, so we're gonna tap on done. In the app drawer, we can scroll all the way down in order to find the private space, and we can tap on this lock in order to unlock it. And now let me try to elaborate a little bit more about how it works, the private space. So everything we have in the private space is completely separated. Whatever you decide to install in the private space, it will be completely separated from everything that we have outside of it. And you will notice that I don't really have many apps over here, and that is because we have to install them. We cannot move apps from our phone into the private space and vice versa. We can only install apps. So the idea is that we're gonna install an app that we want to hide. So if you already have an app that you want to hide, if you already have it installed and you want to hide it, then you can install the app in the private space and then remove the app from your phone in general. So let's say that I want to hide WhatsApp. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap on install in the private space. Over here we're gonna search. There we go. And we're gonna install WhatsApp. Now, after that, I can find the WhatsApp in the private space, and it is completely empty. I mean, the WhatsApp is just not set up because it is freshly installed. So you might need to stick with both versions until you set up your new WhatsApp in here in the private space. So you can sign into your account, I don't know, like set it up, generally speaking, right, as you would like to use it. But once you are done with that, what you can do is you can uninstall the WhatsApp from your phone. So we're gonna uninstall this one and confirm. There we go. And if you go to the private space, you will notice that I still have WhatsApp over here. I can open it, I can use it just like I usually do. And this is the whole idea. The private space is like a separate environment that, you know, it's not relevant to anything that we have outside of it by any means. And in addition to that, what you can also do is you can tap on this setting icon right next to the lock button, and we can hide the private space. So now, if we lock the private space, it is not visible at the bottom of the screen. In order to access it, we need to tap on the search bar and type private space again. And only then we can actually access the private space. And that's pretty much it. This is how we can hide apps. Unfortunately, this is the only way that allows us to do so without having to use any third-party apps. So if you prefer to use different methods, then you probably want to go to the Play Store and install a third-party app that allows you to hide apps in some way. If you don't want to install new apps to hide an app or apps, then you can use private space. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe.